The prosecutor who brought the police killing of Michael Brown before a grand jury now says some eyewitnesses were clearly lying. It has been a month since the grand jury decided not to indict Officer Darren Wilson for Brown's death. St. Louis County prosecuting attorney Robert McCulloch spoke to radio station KTRS about this case.
There were people who came in and, yes, absolutely lied under oath. Some lied to the FBI. Even though they're not under oath, that's another potential offense, a federal offense. But I thought it was much more important to present the entire picture and say, listen, this is what this witness says he saw, even though there was a building between where the witness says he was and where the events occurred. And so they couldn't have seen that. Or the physical evidence didn't support what the witness was saying.
All right, let's bring back our legal guys, Avery and Richard. Okay, I'm seeing the head shaking already. McCulloch says that eyewitnesses were lying and he won't pursue perjury charges. Should these witnesses be prosecuted for perjury? Or, Richard, should it be the case that the prosecutor faces some sort of charge or admonishment for knowing that they were lying but then still presenting them to the grand jury?
Well, Fred, I actually praise him the way he handled the grand jury process in the Michael Brown case. And now I'm calling for his immediate resignation as a prosecutor.
Oh, no.
Fred, you have no conception of how important the grand jury is. If you don't make a deal before there's an indictment, you're in another realm. Any plea deal you make is going to be through the roof. You're not going to get such a good deal anymore. People do not know the impact of an indictment once it hits someone. People lose bank accounts, they lose friends, they lose partnerships, they lose jobs, just on a mere indictment, just on an allegation. The grand jury process is sacrosanct. And if some people get in front of a grand jury and intentionally lie, and the prosecutor knows they're lying, they must be prosecuted. Martha Stewart, while she's setting the Christmas table, can't believe it. She got convicted of a 1001 lying to the feds, not securities fraud.
Right.
These people are going to walk. They should all be indicted. All these people who lied in front of the grand jury.
Okay, so Avery, why do you disagree so vehemently against what Richard is saying? Because he's talking about not only should the prosecutor be should be fired or resign, but that people who are perjuring themselves should be punished as well.
Yeah.
Do you disagree that it undermines the whole process of the grand jury?
Let's dial it down. My view is, and Richard's not going to disagree with this, fact is that every day in courtrooms all across America, people are not telling the truth. Is everyone indicted for perjury?
But isn't it something that when you know someone's not telling the truth and you still present them that they are a credible eyewitness? I mean, aren't the grand jurors counting on you to say that this is a credible witness? But if it turns out that this is not a credible witness and you knew that, I mean, who are they supposed to believe?
The grand jury has the obligation to make its own independent assessment. And the reason I think that the other argument that we indict everybody and throw the prosecutor out totally misses the issue that prosecutors have discretion. If you're going to indict everybody, you're going to shut down our judicial system. I think, and again, I'm saying this respectfully, it's nonsensical. The fact is that McCulloch had to make a judgment. There were white witnesses, there were black witnesses, many of whom were not truthful.
That has nothing to do with this.
Witnesses. What are you going to indict everybody? It's just, I think, impractical.
So wait a minute.
Frankly,
irrational. All right. So should we all be thinking that in any kind of grand jury process that there is a possibility that there is no vetting of eyewitnesses, that anyone who claims to have seen something, anyone and all of those people would be called in the grand jury? It seems like the answer is no, that there would be some sort of vetting, and there's a selection process as to which eyewitnesses are presented, right?
Fred,
Avery?
Sure.
Sure,
but a prosecutor doesn't guarantee what a witness is going to say. They may believe. Prosecutor may believe that a witness is not being truthful or shading the truth. But the grand jury makes the decision.
Okay, go, Richard.
If the prosecutor states, I know this witness lied in front of the grand jury, that witness is like a loaded gun at someone, and that is attempted murder. And if a witness goes in front of a grand jury and intentionally lies to deceive the grand jury, that person must be prosecuted.
And we don't know
Fred.
that here.
It's out. He's sane. I know these witnesses lied.
It's not insane.
They have to be prosecuted.
It happens every day.
Wow.
Doesn't matter.
It happens
they have
every
to be
day.
prosecuted.
Okay. Well, then now we are all learning something. This has been very enlightening to hear his conversation and then to hear
The reality of the system, right?
Avery, that you say, yeah, that is the reality. This is not unusual. All right, Richard, Avery, thanks so much. Hey, happy holidays. Look, we've got our Christmas colors on.
Feliz Navidad, right? We're all, when we didn't call each other. I want you to know that.
I know.
We didn't call. It just happened to work out that way, that's all.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Good to see you. And
All the
we will
best.
be right back.